want to do a workout. Okay, before anybody bites my head off and says, Zoe, you can't work out while you have COVID, you need to be resting and recovering, just let me explain. I have been lying in my bed for the last, how many days now? I've been lying in that bed for the last 4 days, resting, recovering, doing the things and taking care of myself. And there is something that happens to my body when I'm too idle for too long. My energy levels are completely off. My muscles feel lethargic. I don't feel flexible. I don't feel like I have energy to do things, to just get up and, I don't know, go make something to eat. And so for me, getting to move my body is facilitating in that recovery. The workout that I just did now was so gentle and just so relaxing, to be honest. The majority of it was just kind of stretching and mobility with maybe just a little bit of resistance. And even that resistance was just so mild, just to get the body moving, the muscles activated, the joints moving again. And I can feel now already, I feel so much better present in my body. Yeah, so please don't panic. Like, I am actively engaging with my body, seeing how it's feeling, seeing what it's capable of, and using movement to facilitate recovery in that kind of way. I feel a lot better now, to be honest. So yesterday on the vlog and on my socials, I kind of asked you if you wanted to do a kind of weekly Q&A, and there was like a very strong and resounding yes to that. So today is, I guess, what would be the first episode. So yeah, we'll do this on a weekly basis. If you're not following me on Instagram, go over there and hit that follow button, and we will post all the kind of Q&A stuff there, so you can ask your questions over there, and then we'll do them here live on the vlog. Okay, what dreams am I having at the moment? It's still very much focused on the L word. They're not as as intense as they were that first time, I guess, when I posted about Alice and stuff, but these people are just like featuring in my dreams now, so it's very casual and very tame. Do you ever feel uncomfortable in public when people stare at you, and how do you deal with it? I would assume maybe you're talking about filming in public on, for this channel and stuff. Let me just say that initially I was so self-conscious about that. That was a big thing for me, partly because I didn't want to necessarily intrude on people's kind of spaces. That's the weird thing about like YouTube, right? So I'm walking around with this DSLR, and people walk around with their cell phones all the time, do videos, do photos, and nobody bats an eye. But the minute you walk into any space with a proper, like a camera, people freak out. I mean, I can't even count how many times it's happened where I've walked into like a restaurant, or I've walked into like a business space, and either like the manager or the person who's supposed to help me will like ask me about the camera and like what I'm doing with it. But to answer your question, no, I don't generally feel uncomfortable filming in spaces. I think if people have an issue with me filming in whatever space I'm occupying, they'll tell me. But that said, at the same time, I am mindful of particular spaces that I'm going into, particularly when they may be like sensitive spaces, and maybe, you have to use your discretion in that moment to determine whether or not somebody wants, I guess, a camera in their face, or a camera even just present in the space. So exercising that sense of discretion around when and where you can film is also really important. Alright, what's your long-term goal for YouTube? Okay, to be very honest, I would love to do this full-time and get paid for it. That would be like the most amazing thing, I guess. I mean, like, I come from a history of like performance. Like, I studied theater, I performed in the industry for a bit, I worked a little bit in film, I worked at a film school for a little bit, and then I worked behind the scenes in production as well. And so a lot of the skills that I've learned over a period of time, I guess, have culminated in my ability to churn out content, and good content, if I can say that myself, on this channel, and I really enjoy it. So I get to flex all these different muscles when creating these YouTube videos. I mean, effectively, I'm the producer, the writer, the director, the actor, the musician. Like, I'm everybody in one. And that's really, really fun to be able to, like, explore all these various aspects and then kind of stitch them all together and make them into a cohesive piece that people enjoy watching. It's amazing. Doing YouTube has also manifested in very real world, like, job opportunities. Like, my current position now, I don't think I would be directing films. I don't think I'd be working in media spaces had it not been for this channel, had I not been visible in this kind of space, and also producing content on a level and a quality that I guess was good. And I think putting in that work consistently had manifested in these amazing things that are happening in my life right now. So I really do want to continue with YouTube. I want to try and put more energy into it, and maybe at some point, fingers crossed, I want to try and produce my own little short films. So for all my friends in the industry who are interested in collaborating around short series, let me know, please, because I would love to do the things with you. Were you nervous before starting your YouTube channel? What advice would you give to somebody thinking about it? To be very honest, I was. And the thing that I think I was most afraid of was the judgment. I mean, look, we can thank social media and in particular Instagram for creating, I guess, this culture of deep insecurity amongst people, particularly young people, around how they see themselves and how they feel about themselves. And I think the same is true in YouTube. I think the thing that a lot of people are afraid of is the judgment that comes along with publishing content. I mean, whether that be a photo that you're posting on Instagram or that being, I guess, a 15-minute video that you're posting here on YouTube. It's that fear of the judgment. It's the fear of not being good enough that I think gets to a lot of people. I mean, that said, my experience has been that YouTube isn't as judgy as other social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook are. I think for me, in my experience, the people who subscribe to my channel, who watch my content, are people who are generally interested in my content. So I guess the haters are not going to subscribe to your channel and keep tabs on every time you're posting a video. So generally, you'll get people who are going to support you. If YouTube is something that you want to do, I would say just do it. I was very, very scared initially, and then I did it, and I did it again and again and again. And like with anything, when you practice something, you get better at it. And now it is like the source of like so much joy for me. My partner is thinking about starting a YouTube channel. However, I'm not confident about putting our lifestyle out there, judgment of family, co-workers, etc. Yeah, again, this notion about judgment. I think it doesn't matter where you go in your life, you're always going to be, I guess, at the mercy of other people's opinions about your life, about the things that you do and the choices that you make. And that judgment is something that you can't avoid, irrespective of whether you're doing YouTube or not, irrespective of whether you're on social media or not. People are going to have opinions about you and your life, no matter what. And also, I don't want to say, you know, just do it and don't care what they think, because that isn't as simple as just saying it. Like, I can't just say it and then it happens. I mean, for me, I can only relate it to my experience and how I've dealt with that over a period of time. Was that I was very, very scared of the judgment. I was very scared about what my friends were going to say. I was afraid about what my, in particular, co-workers were going to say about me. And I think this is also the nature of anything new that you're wanting to start. Whether that's starting a YouTube channel, whether that's, I don't know, learning to ride a motorcycle, that it is likely that you may feel insecure about the thing that you're trying to do, because it's new, and that's okay. And I think in time you'll learn to deal with those insecurities within yourself and also as they relate to other people. I think if YouTube is something that you really, really, really want to do, I think you should do it. There's also this thing around, if you don't try, you're never gonna know if it's gonna work out. And I think it's sometimes better to try something and fail at it and know, okay, this is not for me, than to spend the rest of your life wondering, what if? So yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you for all your questions. As always, if you've been enjoying this content, please remember to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on for notifications to stay in the loop for upcoming videos. And I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao.